so exciting. Even the graphics are flashing. We've got Faze versus Optic. Here we go, boys. It's a classic Call of Duty matchup, but this time in CSGO. Faze, surely the favourites, but they've been in a little bit of turmoil recently, not looking their absolute best.
Yeah, some changes afoot.
Yes.
With NiKo taking more charge of things for the time being.
Does that make sense?
No.
You've got one of the most decorated and celebrated in-game leaders of all time and one of the best fraggers of all time, and you're swapping those roles over.
We can't have another Shocks situation where, for me as a criminal, that Shocks was like IGLing for like 2 years. And you could clearly see that it impacted his ability to play as to his potential.
Is this not a trend, though, of Karrigan? It seems like his teams, if you go back as far as TSM, the system works so well for about a year, and then it stagnates, the teams start to drop off, they kick him, he goes to another team, he finds success, and the whole cycle continues once again, right? So the TSM into Astralis, and then now into Faze. It seems like this is a circle that keeps on happening with him.
Or maybe a fresh pair of eyes are needed on occasion, and again, someone else leading can be a fresh pair of eyes, and just a difference. But
maybe
you don't want to get into versus pro territory where the in-game leader role is just changing and changing
Gambit
and changing and changing.
Maybe more appropriate, because they literally were changing every tournament. It's like, well, Hobbit's in-game leading now. Now it's Dosia. Now it's Dren. Like, everyone's having a go. That is the nightmare. That's the worst place I think you can be as a CS team, when you're not sure who's the most confident to lead. You don't believe in anyone in particular. You have one good tournament with the guy, then he doesn't want to do it anymore, and it all starts falling apart and back and forth. I've been there myself, and I can tell you it's an absolute nightmare. It means you lose faith in your players around you, and the original in-game leader starts feeling insecure. He has that in the back of his head that he wasn't good enough. Now what's his real purpose in the team? And for me, if Karrigan's not the leader of this team, I don't know what his purpose is. Because he is supposed to be the Iron Fist and control these players, do the support roles, drop them weapons, get the flashbangs out. He can still frag if he needs to, but I don't see where he fits into the machine if he isn't going to be the in-game leader. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but I'd be surprised if he was having no input, because there's starting the round off, right? There's the mid-round calls and then the late-round calls, and they're three very separate things. If you look at like an MIBR, you'll have Code Zero input in a lot of that. So I would be surprised if NiKo was doing absolutely everything. I mean, maybe like we've seen some issues in the late-round calls, the decisions where it hasn't really been the best idea for what the situation was, and the rotation's gone the wrong way or something like that. So I think that maybe it's map dependent, but I think there's a world where NiKo isn't necessarily doing absolutely everything, because I feel like the rounds start well, but don't always finish well for them. I think on the T sides, that has been an issue for them.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. In-game leading is never just, everything I say is gospel. Obviously, there's going to be input from the other teammates, and Karrigan's not just going to sit there and give nothing towards NiKo. I think you're absolutely right, but still, it applies more pressure to NiKo, and you want him to be focusing fully on the fragging department. Remember in Mouse Sports, he took over in-game leading as well. He was trying to do absolutely everything in that team, wasn't he? He was trying to drop 35 kills every game and in-game lead, trying to keep them all together. He actually did a relatively good job. I'm sure he's up to the task of in-game leading, but whether he wants to do it is another thing.
Yeah, I think that was a more extreme situation where, especially on, say, T side of Cobblestone, it would be like, you guys all go stand in danger, and I'll try and get an entry towards B or something like that. Like, it was really, really extreme, whereas I think he can have a high level of expectation from his teammates and won't need to micromanage them to such a degree.
Game is live, boys. Let's get into it. Faze versus Optic. Clash of the gaming giants.
And Karrigan's been knifed to 28 HP.
NiKo versus NiKo. Won't get confusing.
Is that what happened?
Biolofmeister, I presume, yeah.
Predictions.
Quick.
I predict Optic.
Oh, wow. I'm going to wait till the 5-round buffer down. I'm going to let it transpire first. Here we go towards B. Optic trying to open things up. Olofmeister goes down. Remember, Karrigan, yes, by Olofmeister. The assist comes through. Guardian fighting tooth and nail. Bomb not to be planted yet, but that's got to be so frustrating for the boys in Faze. But that was the outcome. Wasn't even a headshot. He went down to a body shot, and he gets dropped. Bomb planted now. There is no kit, from what I can see right now, available to the CTs.
Yes, and Rain, last time I saw him playing, he was sitting to the right of me at the major.
Nice.
Yes, Rain starts things off well here, getting some space in there, maybe for NiKo to move forwards. But it's going to be difficult here. Cajun and Yugi look to be positioned well, and that will be that. And it's going to be very confusing, NiKo versus NiKo. I'm just not looking forward to this.
I've had to deal with this many times in my life when Dennis played Dennis.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That was a big one. But NiKo is always a classic. But we can make it work, Dan. I'm sure with this style of cast especially, I don't think it'll be
Imagine though if
confusing.
they're both like top 3 teams in the world.
Yeah.
So surely someone has to do something different at that point. It's just like from a brand perspective, you know.
Well,
Ooh.
Config's brand is nothing but headshots. As it's Mirage again. Remember we talked about this the other day, I think it was day 1 of ECS Season 6. And we talked about Config and his amazing Mirage specialist performance as he gets another headshot there. He really is a fan of this map. Suits him down to a T.
Indeed it does. Nico Carrigan, Olaf Meister remain. Knife to 28 HP at the beginning of the pistol.
You hate to see that.
It's not ideal, is it?
That's a right click stab in the back.
Yeah.
That takes some effort. Why are you swinging right clicks around in spawn?
Absolute madness.
Gotta check out that animation.
To be fair, that happens to Matt and I so often. I'm just like, can we just please stop doing this? Like once a tournament it will happen, like a really severe one like that. It's like, you just lost the pistol because of that. Could it please stop happening? Anyway, just pour it all off. Might be able to get this kill. If the shadow advantage, the trade out will come through. And there it is. They'll give away an MP5 at the end. It's recovered by Yugi. 2-0, pretty much guaranteed to be 3-0 here. Faze not putting their best foot forward.
I think Optic is a brave pick then. I think FaZe, with Nico leading, are very comfortable on Mirage. I think they will enjoy much success. And again, I think Mirage was a good example of where sometimes the late round calls were the issue, from what I could see. So I'm going to pick FaZe. You know, on rare occasion, I'll stick my oar in.
Nice. So you will make the ramen.
Cool. Oh, do you know what? I'm actually hungry.
Okay.
I'll make the ramen and I'll eat the ramen.
Let's put some ramen on the line between you two.
Yeah, all right.
I'll be the adjudicator this time.
Nice.
So if I lose, I have to make Dan ramen.
Yes.
I actually think I lose. If that happens.
No, well, I saw your ramen, Dan. I think that I lose
Well,
if I have to eat your ramen.
Henry ate all of my ramens,
Yeah,
so
and
by
then
choice.
then he was almost bleeding afterwards.
But it was worth it.
Internal
wasn't it, Henry?
bleeding.
It was worth it though, wasn't it?
It was
What did he
delicious.
get out of it?
I'm not sure if it was worth
See,
it.
he said it was delicious.
It was delicious at the time, but yes, ruptured my insides.
So you have to deliver delicious
Still
ramen,
recovering.
James. If it's
I will deliver it in an actual bowl as opposed to whatever object you gave it to Henry in.
Bit of pepper on there as
well,
well. perhaps.
Henry's a large man. I had to find a large vessel for his ramen.
I need the largest bowl in the entire
Large
building.
man,
please.
large vessel.
That's what they say. It will be first gun round here, and
Don't
we'll
even know.
see whether Optic can continue with the bonus round, boys. They get the SMGs. Look at the helmet situation for FaZe. It's bleak. Only Guardian with the AWP, surprisingly, will have a helmet here. Execution, it's always very common in these sort of rounds, as you can get stuck in, get the bomb down, and push through those smokes with the SMGs and punish the fact they have no helmets. If they get the 4-0, this is going to look exceptionally good for Optic. This is Dan's call. He wants to see them do well. He's ready, and so are they. Execution primed. We have one player towards the B apartment. I presume that's Snappy, the in-game leader, normally segregated from the squad. Smokes deployed, boys, and the CT playing in front of them. Can they hold off against these aggressive SMGs?
Yeah, so looking for the counter grenades from the CT before pushing in. You wonder as well if there are any Molotovs to be placed on the bomb site, because the positions around default are really strong if you don't have any grenades to deal with them. Cajun B can do a good job from the vantage point, especially now that Guardian's been neutralized. Cajun B can have full reign of the bomb site. Surely he peeks now to help his teammates out. There comes the peek. Will it be deep enough? Falling. It's caught by Nico. Now down to Carrigan in the 1 versus 3.
Here he comes. He's actually quite good at clutching Carrigan. Like, these sort of rounds is where he can actually do some work. Watch out for this. I'm not going to say it's a lock-in for him, but this is a start. We get the low HP player. The lineup comes through, boys, but not quite going to be a victory, and that means, look at the cash for Optic. You win a bonus round, it's called that for this reason. If you do win it, you are set up for the half. Not only have you got FaZe now on an eco, you're going to have, what, close to 16k on some of these players, if you win it cleanly, that is. So this is fantastic for Optic. What a round. What a team. What a game.
It's cool to see that they chose to run a set piece, like a delayed set piece, throw the nades out first, see the response. As their response to knowing that FaZe are on their first buy. Keeping it simple, and it worked out really nicely. I like it. Ooh, Config is...
He's hacking, isn't he?
Config
Let's be honest.
Yeah. I was going to say something, but
right now.
He's hacking.
He's bloody hacking, isn't he? He's got the OGC on.
Again.
OGC.
Not again.
The OG of all hacks.
KTB doesn't outstay his welcome, which I like. 2 targets there, no need to get dinked. Not allowing the FaZe clan to pick up an AK-47. Good play by him. But doesn't need to take those frags. In the meantime, Nico's creeping through the B apartment, so the bomb is rotating in said direction. The remainder of FaZe clan now out of position. And Nico moves towards the market. Nothing in there but bleach though. Maybe some fairy liquid.
Sounds like the ramen is halfway.
Yeah. There's half the ingredients for Dan's ramen.
Dan's ramen surprise.
Just need a large bowl and some noodles.
It will be round number 6 here. FaZe yet to post anything. I don't think Rain's had any impact yet, has he? 2 kills to his name. Waiting for any sort of significant
anyone's had
frags.
any
Yeah,
impacts.
it's like I'm looking at the score, but no one's really found a frag yet. But they have got a decent buy now. Double AWP setup. Olaf Meister and Guardian looking for the first kill here. Guardian just caught off by the flashbang. Won't be able to find the first pick, but I'm sure he gets this one indeed. Yugi out of luck, and his AWP will go down. It's an opening kill for FaZe. 5 versus 4, and they're not done just yet. Rain pushes him towards A storage and maybe gets his position up somewhat. Cajun B shrouded by the smoke. He'll still be on the ramp. Damage done towards Snappy, and there's another kill for Olaf Meister.
It's an important flash that you saw the T's throwing, bouncing off the box top mid. Goes down the middle, and as you can see, it did obscure Guardian's position. If you've got anyone standing in mid by the wall as well, forces them to look away or be blinded by the sun. FaZe with 2 unanswered frags, looking for their first round. Again, because of the situation outlaid by Henry earlier on, they need to survive in the numbers. I think Config didn't want to fall off the ladder in such a fashion. Karrigan knows he's there and will contain him for the time being. Now there are 2 more question marks around the map for FaZe.
Well, still doable here for Optic. It's not a foregone conclusion. They've got so much cash here. No point saving. You might as well try and cause as much of a rupture as you can to the finances of FaZe. 2 kills, it's still enough to make it significant. Here's Config though, like we pointed out, he's been an absolute monster so far. And Karrigan will beat him to the punch this time. Nice positioning, good shot, takes him down. 5 on 2, it's Snappy and Cajun B now with 14 seconds remaining. Ideally, wants to try and get the bomb down here. It is possible, but there are 2 players towards CT spawn, and it looks like they're going to give in at this point. Just going to save up, they have the AWP, so might as well just hold on to it. And their money still strong, you can see. They won't get any extra cash, but Snappy still has 10k residual, so that's absolutely fine. Good job with the the AWPs, Guardian and all, finding opening picks, and shutting the round down.
Shutting it down.
But that's only their first.
Perfect round for them. Could not ask for more. The replenishment of the grenades will put them around a $2,000, $2,500 mark. So there's still much work to be done here for FaZe. Olaf Meister up. And now he's got his angle on the gap. That's a lot of information for his team. I'm sure he will have a read that no T's are likely to have crossed. Now I see Karrigan making a play. Timing shot from Yugi. Oh! Eat it! And like it. Yugi wondering where his teeth have gone. 41 HP for him. Now Optic have the middle position, a smoke of the window, and one would expect them to head towards connector. Nico's in the underpass. He could bounce a smoke up to the top of connector once he gets there. Olaf Meister will delay that. Great smoke from him. That's one to learn.
1 minute mark. Nico still not happy to give up connector. And he shouldn't, the smoke is still up. No one to throw a flash in from just yet, although Karrigan's creeping in. He does have a flashbang. Nico has to worry about Palace as well at this point. And that's a really good shot from the top of tickets from Guardian. Snappy, he needs to get something, but there peeks Nico. And now Cajun, desperation plays coming through. That's so nice from Cajun. Maybe there's a chance with that kill.
Well, maybe not though, Dan. There's 2 coming very quickly from the CTs. It's up to Nico now. Who knows where Carrigan is by the looks of things, but the timing might elude him. Gets the shot. He knows Guardian's in towards CT spawn. Can recover the bomb. Drops the smoke to allow him to go back towards short potentially here. We'll see. Challenges Guardian potentially. They know exactly where he is. The footsteps now a little bit too noisy. He'll chuck the Molotov around, get the kill. Can plant safely knowing the Guardian's dropped. And Olofmeister towards jungle hasn't pushed any further. And now the round really begins. Who will come out in the 1 versus 1? Olof's got the AWP. And now finds the M4. That's going to boost his chances.
You can see through the lip of the crate, but still not good enough to take down Olofmeister. That was a close one.
It really was.
That was very painful.
Yeah, but you could still argue that this is job done for Optic as long as they win the next round, because FaZe will have to spend almost everything. And it's a shame for FaZe that it ended that way, because if you go back to the smoke grenade that Olofmeister threw into the connector area, it ruined the timing for Optic and made things desperate. FaZe won the right frags, they had all their players in position. Somehow Optic brought it back down to the 1 versus 1. So indeed, FaZe still in a very dangerous position in the middle of the first half. And there's a lot of opportunity here for Optic to run away with this. Could look for a 10-2 scoreline if they can win this round.
Snappy moving forwards, and the timing of the HE might be perfect here from Nico. Let's have a look. It actually already looks good, I think. It will hit the wall though if he deploys it from there. Trolley? Oh no, maybe not. Shows what I know.
Definitely hit the wall.
Moves forwards. Oh, he's got to get this one. He has to get it. It's laboured, but he does get it. 4 versus 4, not bad for Optic. Guardian is so scary from the ticket position. Config moves towards Nico. Or does Nico's sacrifice be in vain?
Well, here we go, boys. Another advantage for FaZe. 2 rounds in a row, but as James pointed out, still significant leads for Optic in terms of the finances. FaZe still on the brink of falling apart. Config continues to find kill after kill. Bomb planted in the standard position for Guardian, given a free frag there, and it looks like it's a 2 versus 1 for the in-game leader. Snappy swallows the grenade. Couldn't have taken more damage from that, and the Molotov will force Guardian out of position and maybe even take him down. There it is. 1 versus 1. Nico ready and waiting. Doesn't nail the shot. Got to be careful of his own Molotov. Gets the AWP just to have that 1-shot potential. Here we go then. This shot could decide it all. If Snappy nails it, he's going to win the round. Nico trying to bait it out, and Snappy actually hits it. That's insane.
Wow, it wasn't even through the box.
No, it wasn't. That was clean.
How is that even possible?
That was such a smart move to get the AWP, because then he can just hold an angle like that. If he holds it from the AK, he unlikely kills it. It's not going to be an insta-kill. And with low HP, that was a really intelligent move, I think. Let's have a look at this. And it looked like it was through the box, to be honest.
That
I'm
looks
surprised.
like anti-lag to me.
Yeah.
Well, GoTV isn't going to exactly replicate what he's going to see,
True.
so
Yeah.
bear that in mind. 6-2, and the worst has happened for FaZe. Of course, they were forced by. They had 1 player survive the round prior, which means they have 1 buy. There is the AWP. There goes
That's
the
shot.
AWP. Plenty of players who can pick it up, though, especially behind that smoke, which Optic has gracefully deployed.
You don't need a T-AWP, do you? You just need config with an AK. It's crushing everyone in the window. Optic looking really good at the moment. Put the ramen on, James.
Put the ramen on, love.
Put the ramen on.
At least I'll meet food safety standards.
Well done.
Henry doesn't like the safety. Likes a bit of risk.
Bit of spice in more ways than one. Danger is the spice of life, I find, Dan.
Danger.
Yeah.
Nico still alive with an AWP. Nico.
Anything to say about this? Or
Just saving the AWP.
save the AWP and
Save
going to
the
be
AWP.
eco next round. This is getting rough for FaZe.
He is.
Config is just hitting that shot towards window every single time against AWPers. This is kind of bizarre.
Yeah, everyone on Optic is actually having a great game so far. It's just really Yugi that hasn't really been firing off just yet, but he is the AWPer. And he's been shut down in some of the 1v1s against Guardian. And so we'll probably see him coming online soon. And as you say, with Config doing the work he's been doing, Yuki hasn't really been, well, needed in some spots to come into play to open the rounds up. And they'll survive with 5 in this one, which is always really impressive no matter what Faze carry, even if it's 5 USPs. And Faze are so good at doing damage with anything. But that's really been such an issue, hasn't it? That was fine.
Sounds like an exploding tomato.
It does, I guess, yeah.
Thrown from a slingshot, perhaps.
I've never launched a tomato.
Cherry tomato would
Actually, I'm
be quite
thinking
nice,
about that. I probably
That'd be
have thrown
an
a tomato
excellent-
at least once.
An excellent bit of ammo would be a cherry tomatoes. It's solid.
Yeah, but it's so
and it's
nice. Why would you want to launch one of those? They're so nice to eat.
A roasted cherry tomato is nice.
We used to just pull these random berries from trees. I don't know what kind of berries they were.
James only throws things that aren't nice enough to eat, Henry. So after dinner each day,
What's left over here, guys? What's not nice?
My friend didn't like eating vegetables when we were kids, and he used to put them in a little plastic bag and hide them behind the speaker cover from his mother, and then take them out when he went outside.
Wow.
That's a technical operation. There's a lot of moving parts there.
yeah, that's
Just eat them. Then it's not that bad.
I know, right?
I actually quite liked them. Even as a kid, I was like, yeah, give me the sweet corn and give me that broccoli. Give me those carrots.
Dan's a big fan of broccoli.
I've heard
Cruciferous
some-
vegetables.
I've
That's
heard
one,
lots.
as he likes to
I've heard
describe
lots of
them.
voice clips on WhatsApp about broccoli. I've seen tweets about broccoli. Dan, what is it about broccoli exactly you like so much?
it's a superfood, isn't it?
Well, what does that even mean?
Superfood for superhuman. It's just very
That
good
just
for
sounds
you.
like that's some
Very
sort of guff
nutritious.
some nutritionist would say.
It really balances out the esports diet.
Does it?
It's firmly outside of the esports diet, you see. So
What of pizza, fried chicken, and burgers? That is esports diet, and hot dogs occasionally.
Green room material. Green room menu.
man, the day I see broccoli in the green room, that's gonna be a good day.
Starlight is going on right now. They are some of the worst offenders for green room material. They provide the cold pizzas, the warm drinks. That's
The
classic for
cold
me.
pizzas, the warm
DreamHack
drinks.
used to be
Yeah.
Skittles and
Skittles, no, to be fair, DreamHack's pretty legit now. I've done a few, maybe back in the day before we became big time, you know.
big time.
But now it's they do a very good job.
What is that list that, like, you know, you have, let's say, famous actors
rider.
or what's it?
A rider.
The rider list,
Yes.
right? Do you have one of those?
It just says I need my own hotel room. I need to have a direct flight. I need to have.
Do you actually have that written up in a
Yeah, I have a contract I send over. They have to sign.
Nice. I should
So-
get a template from you.
You're just realizing, wow, I could actually have nice
Yeah,
things.
I feel like the writers, you know, there's
No, I
great-
don't have anything mental on there, like blue M&Ms or something like that. No.
Oh yeah, that's the classic one.
No,
Yeah. Who was it that had that? This
Mariah
is-
Carey.
there's- Ah, yeah. Only blue M&Ms.
no, nothing like that. I just want the basics in life. I just want to be relatively happy. That's all I need. But 7-2, boys. Technical pause. I didn't quite catch what happened. It doesn't really matter anymore. Back into the action.
Someone was disconnected, and
Yeah.
they reconnected.
Hey, that's it. Nico's got to stay on the AWP. There, Eco. And we've got to be rush.
We do indeed. CT's trying to get into position, but I think they hear the footsteps. Blinds. And no shot for Nico just yet, but Lofmice has managed to get something out of it with the USP. Nico not hitting the mark, not warmed up. That's a lovely one from him, though, through the bricks. Guardian and Rain remain, and that AWP is not retrievable for the time being. Now, maybe, just maybe, if they can stay close enough to the bomb site to rescue the AWP afterwards. Although Guardian, the AWP should go his way, so I would recommend hiding, not engaging. Nice shot from Rain, but Guardian he needs to wait for the bomb to explode, send the AWP his way, and then scurry away like a hamster.
A beautiful one.
A beautiful hamster.
Yeah. Another Source veteran there, Guardian. Dan, you big
Did he
fan?
name himself after you as well?
No. He used to just spank my bottom
Guardian of the
every
innocent.
week, day in, day out.
And he goes. And AWP.
He
Hey!
steals it. Lovely.
There you go.
Right. So the 8-2 scoreline's very strong for Optic. Great start. This is where it can turn around. This is where FaZe can bring it back. 5 rounds in a row. Life is good. See if they can manage it. The money is so nuts for Optic. Aggressive up mids. We're seeing this deep smoke quite a lot. I really like it.
It looks bad.
Oh, it does look bad actually. It doesn't really matter though. Seems that the T's will challenge Config and Snappy straight in there. Now 3 versus 5 for Optic. It's a very hard way to fight your, or to a very hard position to fight from when you're down 2 members just immediately. How do you do it?
Well, 5 on 3. Recovery mode for Optic here. Been here many times before. Rain's still on 2 kills. I don't know, 2 and 9. Can't get going here. As we'll get further into the round. 1 minute remaining. I guess it looks like some sort of A play here. The AWP will have to be the protagonist, I would say. Yugi looking to open things up. Very talented with the AWP. Very fast, very flashy, and very good. And takes down Guardian. That's the opener they required. And the Molotov will actually force the CT out. And Cajun has heard him. He'll be punishing surely. Down he comes. It doesn't hit the shot. That's great from Rain. Hasn't had many, but that one's impactful. 3 versus 2 now.
30 seconds on the clock in this 2 versus 3. Preemptive flashes towards CT to stop the advance of these CTs. And I just saw a jump on a barrel, so they've spotted. This is a big cover from Yugi, and got 2 places to look at. Doesn't know where to look. So many different places, and Molotov the triple. And there is Nico taken down. Did they see the play towards Kelly? That's a massive one from Yugi. Leaving Olof Meister alone. 2 in the red here for the T side, though. Yugi moving around. Did he spot his head? Got to be careful. He can't take a single bullet. And Olof Meister will save the day. Only the 3rd round for FaZe. But again, the situation continues. Only 1 person surviving. Bad monetary situation.
That was kind of sick from Optic. The fact it comes down to 1v1. It was a 5 on 3. Yugi delivers the goods. And this is awesome shot. Yeah, see you later, Guardian. Molotov usage, Nico and Yugi did everything they could. This shot, that's what got me hyped. Olof Meister was always destined to win that. Once the HP was low and he knew he had him pegged down, that was it. And still, compromise needs to be made. Lose this round phase, that could be the end of your half.
That was a 3v5 as well.
Yeah.
It's worth reminding ourselves. It's always cool to see those like instant lineups that we saw from Yugi there to make the opening onto Ticket. What you have to do in that kind of a situation. And it's light mid control here from Optic. Just Snappy sent there. You know, the rest of his teammates will be making their way towards A. They won't really develop mid control properly in the defaults. It will be a set piece onto the A site. And Rain's close to UMP. Good checked for. Perfect flash. Will blind him completely. And that is the A bomb site up for grabs. Surely FaZe have to save. They don't have any money if they lose this round.
You're absolutely right there, Dan. Spot on, as usual. Olof Meister will get one through the smoke. That might persuade them to go for it. Considering the gravitas of the situation and knowing they'll have nothing left. Good shot from Guardian. Config goes down, one of the key players to find. The retake looks possible now as we get into a 3 versus 3 situation. We'll see. Yugi doing everything he can. Bombs in the open, but here comes Snappy. The defuse attempted here. Going for the full defuse out. That won't be working out for them as he gets them off. 2 on 2, bomb ticking away at some pace. Snappy confirms it. Guardian can do nothing but leave the situation as he holds on to the AWP. Great flank from the in-game leader. Great round from Optic to pick up. That's a full reset now. And the AWP will be saved once more, means they have to force next round. They'll be double eco anyway. Might as well do it around the AWP. 9-3 down, not looking good for FaZe down whatsoever.
Yeah, that kill from Olof Meister through the smoke towards Palace, perhaps a curse actually, rather than a blessing, as it did, as you mentioned, encourage FaZe to go for that retake, and they lose everything almost because of it.
Do you think James is going to shout if I come back and I'm set like this?
No.
You think he's going to be fine with that?
It'll maybe if you mess up the axe.
Okay,
But he doesn't like that.
Okay, no one's going to eat off this table though, so I think it's fine.
No.
It's cool, isn't it?
He does also just bear an axe into it.
Yeah,
from time
to be
time,
fair,
so
yeah, if he's putting axes into the table, I think I can put my feet up on it.
Yeah.
I don't think he can take the high ground here. Anyway, 9-3. Tactical pause for Optic, Dan. So, why would they call a pause here? I guess they're trying to work... Oh, I can hear lots of chatting. Are you sure it's tactical? Lots of
maybe
chatting.
just like a moment to compliment one another.
Good game, old chap.
Make
Thank
sure
you, sir.
everyone is you know, feeling good.
Optic win it. They'll take a tactical. Maybe just run to the toilet. I'm not sure. They will force buy up Faze though. Trying to work out where the AWP will be, I guess. As we'll see, Guardian force an AWP with the kit. They can win this round. Guardian more than capable of carrying rounds single-handedly. He'll go towards B, changing things up instead of being at the mid window. Getting himself positioned, ready. Gets a lineup, jumps in the barrel behind him. Looks poised to get a kill here. They won't be expecting him. It's Nico they'll be challenging first. He drops the smoke to change position. So he actually might have had a kill there if he left it.
.120 on the clock, and Optic have a man main in mid, and they're ready to go for that B play. We haven't really seen too much in the way of B plays from Optic so far on their T side as well, and Guardian's waiting. Deep angle towards those stairs. Or did he see someone? Looks like he's aware.
This round pretty much decides the game for me, Dan. I know that seems like a wild thing to say right now, but I'm pretty sure if FaZe lose this, they will not get anything else done in this match. It will be too difficult to recover. It will be too far gone.
This is a big execute coming in. And it's a fake, it's a trap. They are spreading lies. The Guardian still has an angle. And now he's smoked off spots. One play doesn't take him out. Meister seems to know what's going on. I thought he might have had that one, but Config running with the AK cannot be stopped. Nico just with a deagle, big shot from him.
What?
Not many bullets left, but Nico continues with another headshot. He needs more now, but he won't get more. Just the 2 frags. Double figures for Optic. Everything wiped out for FaZe.
That's them done for. They now have to take an eco for the last rounds. That's 11-3. Ugh, rough. This is CT side of Mirage as well. Strung 2 rounds together. And a single round after that. A deagle purchased by Nico and the rest of them fully eco. So there we have it. A chance for a chat perhaps, boys? No? Just me?
Which flavour are you going to get me, James?
Do we even, I mean, don't we just have like one ramen?
No, there's like multiple flavours.
Oh.
What's your favourite?
I'm not sure actually. I gave you the vegan one.
Did you really?
Gave him vegan ramen.
Yeah.
Curious.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, it had some spice. It was a spicy one
It was
as well.
still pretty
So
delicious. I don't know why I'm upset. It was,
Yeah.
It was nice. It was fine.
Just add boiling water. I successfully made salmon yesterday.
Made it.
Thanks to, well, successfully prepared salmon, let's say.
Sure.
Thanks to repeated instructions from Dan's girlfriend.
What, you put the lemon on there?
No.
No?
My food is functional. I cook, I eat. There's no garnish.
So why are you buying all these different types of peppers and mustards and honeys?
Well, that's for Nando's, isn't it?
Right, fair enough, yeah. Didn't think about that. This is actually working.
Oh my
by the way.
goodness.
Sometimes the difficult rounds work out.
Still have the bomb plant on the B-bomb site though, so that should really seal the deal.
Alright, Dan.
Sorry.
Let's give him a chance.
Sorry. Everything's fine. Cage and B. Spinning around, looking for the remaining players. Meister is going to give this one a go. Guardian's picked up an AK, but they have no kits. And so bringing these guns into the final round is certainly a more attractive conclusion for them in this one. AK-47s, always nice on that CT side. Except in that one instance where one guy had an M4 and remember from yesterday, we had, I think it was Glade like kept an M4 for some reason, and I called out, I was like, oh, why has he kept an M4? He's like, oh, it's okay.
Oh,
and then,
right, yes.
And then that's the gun that gets picked up in a 1v1, in a critical 1v1.
Got a dink.
And it was a dink instead of a headshot to get the kill, and it actually
Well, a dink
ends
is a
up
headshot.
winning the round because he didn't have an AK.
It wasn't a killing blow.
Yeah.
No, that was quite exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Final round, 2 AK saved by FaZe, and they're 11-3 down on the CT side of Mirage. That ain't looking too good whatsoever. This team continues to struggle, it seems. Not the FaZe we know and love, that's for sure.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why I've voted for Optic. They're very exciting. They're very together. A lot of team play. Snappy's a great in-game leader.
Well,
Mirage T-sides for Danish teams. Of the 3 great in-game leaders, MSL, Snappy, and Sklave are very strong. Typically, they are the leaders of Mirage.
They've also got Rugger, who was the coach for most of these boys back in the North days. So there's a kill for Rain, though. It's 4th of the half. A decent one at that. It takes down Cajun B.
Config's been having a pretty decent game so far as well.
Here he comes.
Ooh. Oh my god.
He's an animal, isn't he?
He is absolutely loving the AKs. Always get to, often, not always, often get to see a great demonstration of individual skill when the AKs are out. But when you are subject to them, like some of the peaks we saw from Kiabi in the previous, in the nuke, on the receiving end of them, there's literally nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.
And
Run away.
Even some of the scarier situations, Optic have always managed to find themselves, you know, just they bring themselves into a bomb plant. Like we're not seeing any silly situations from them. They look really disciplined, really good communication, and they've earned this 12-3. They've played a great T side.
8 frags between Carrigan and Rain. Not ideal, but it's Nico on the T side of Optic who gets 12. 17 for Config, though. What a performance that was. Absolutely brutal with the AK-47. And that's on the T side. And if Optic win this pistol, I think we all know that's probably going to be it. Faze just seem a little bit uninspired right now. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, an HE grenade, and a PT-50. The Superman purchase for Faze Nico. And they'll be going for an A-sided attack. Those 2 smokes presumably used for steps and jungle. And they'll flash over, nade CT spawn, try and get it done with 3 players in towards the apartments. Those are the 2 smokes I mentioned. Here comes the flash, native and spawn, and 3 players up palace. Here we go.
Numbers game. They're charging in. CT's been left open. Rain is close. Rain is dead. So is Nico. And this might be a fast one, although it can still change very quickly indeed. Providing with a big headshot. Another one. And just like that, it's a man advantage for FaZe.
Good utility usage. The flash is coming in huge towards CT spawn. And Config's super exposed. Really has to come down to Nico. He spots just a slither of one player. And this is not happening now, is it? No, absolutely not. FaZe win the pistol. And perhaps with that, there can be a resurgence for them as they can take the initiative. But they must deal with the force buy. 2 scouts could come out here.
Certainly
No,
could.
never mind. Never mind. Config buys Deagle.
Not having that.
Yugi buys Deagle as well. 0 scouts.
Deagle, Deagle, Deagle.
If for Yugi it makes sense, so you can save for the AWP later on. Ooh,
That's a fancy one.
What in the blazes?
that's nice.
Maybe it gives them extra time to run out with the smokes as well. I don't know, but those are looking... Well, one of them's gone the right place anyway. I'm not sure about
No,
the
I
other
think
one.
that's still right. It just means that you can't sit on the steps and get it. If you want to get intel, you have to be the top there. So you'll just be a sitting duck, you know?
Ah, yeah.
So you can't just use the steps and get a
So
little
you
gap.
are more exposed.
Yeah. So I think that's
Risk
fine.
reward smoke.
That's an interesting way. You know those 2 smokes they do, like, you do the one on top of the stairs. There's always that gap that people can actually use and hide behind and get a kill and hide away. I think, maybe, I don't know for sure, but that for me would make sense. I think that's an innovation they're using.
Innovation.
Because if they stand on top, you just flash them and they're going down to that smoke.
5 versus 3. Optic. It's their turn to be a victim. Plus 5. FaZe with the AKs. Comfortable position, but how long will it last? Yugi's a dab hand with the AWP. I look forward to seeing that on the CT side of Optic. Still waiting for Hector to reply to me.
What do you want?
He wanted me to make 2 keyboards for him last season, but I couldn't be asked. So I'm asking if he still wants them, but he needs to slide into my DMs.
Well, maybe after you ghosted him, he's not interested.
Getting drilled on this A bomb site, that's going to be a very fast round.
That's how we like him. Get in there, death match.
Chunks everywhere.
Chunks of death all over the floor. And there will be the first gun round here. FaZe now back in the running with a 3-0 conversion.
Yes.
They're definitely a tenacious team that can pull back any sort of deficit. Smoke towards the B side of the map there, towards the pillars from Rain, suggests there will be some sort of B approach here. Snappy defend, Orb there. In the hands of Guardian, of course, looking to open things up.
Ladislav. Speaking of Source players, what happens to that Angel Dust guy?
He does Finnish commentary now.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
Wasn't he really good?
Yeah, he even played a bit of CSGO as well. He was very good. He was always like, well, however long he took a break from the game, he'd always come back and be excellent. So, respect to him. He was the original superstar of Source as well, like the first breed of a world-class player.
Cool nickname as well.
Yeah, controversial one, but yes.
Oh, why is it? Okay, well, let's not go into that.
You know what Angel Dust is, Dan?
Oh, right.
It's not
Anyway,
Bleach.
the push does come into the B-bomb site, and it's not looking good here for FaZe. His execution has fallen completely flat on his face. Rain left alive, the lone lurker coming through connector, and he is about to be taken down. This, what is this, Henry? This is...
What's the question?
What is this?
What do you, oh, right, that's the question.
What is this?
Angel Dust.
This is absolute destruction of FaZe Clan. Optic Gaming getting it done, and money really is in the bin. Proverbial one for FaZe.
It seems as though that play was too telegraphed, and not only were Optic prepared, but the grenades didn't really seem to do enough getting them into position to get frags, to get onto the site.
Almost nothing, yes. Carrigan going to buy the AWP, presumably throw it over to Guardian, which he does. Guardian, I can't see his spawn right now. Oh, he's on the left-hand side, so he's probably trying picking towards there. Let's see, just set up a smoke instead. Nothing too fast. Last chance here for FaZe. Have to dig their heels in deep here to have a chance in round
Deals on
20.
wheels.
Deals on wheels, yeah.
What was that? Show something no deal.
Deal or no deal.
Deal or no deal.
Well, the word we just said like 4 times. You can't
Deal
put
or
that
no
together.
No deal. That
No
new
deal.
show coming to you. Right. Conflicts being smoked off, that's important. Well, if there's some just creeping out mids, they're going to try to burst onto A. It needs to work. But otherwise life will get quite difficult. Oh, good timing on the flashbang. Oh, the damage is massive. That's the bomb. Even though he doesn't get the third one, that's plenty of damage, isn't it?
It's pretty good damage. Olofmeister making noise and might be out of luck here. Maybe gets the kill towards Connector considering how low he is. Pre-fires it and still goes down. Config so frustrating to play against this. Carrigan finds the AWP. This is it. Remember, sure, it won't be the end of the game, but it'll be good as if FaZe give this round up without a plant, especially 3 versus 2, and it's Nico and Carrigan, AK-47 and AWP respectively. Carrigan will throw the bomb over and go for the plant here. Smoke down. Bomb plant attempted, and the missed shot from Carrigan spells disaster. Good shot from Nico, but that's all, as it will go in favor of Optic there to recover the AWPs, and that's absolute disaster for FaZe. As here comes the flashbang and follow-up push from Cage and B. Pretty wonderful stuff, guys. Happy with that?
Good ideas. Why is it all quiet? Let's have an investigation with a lovely hot flash. Learn to flash for your teammates, because when you can, wonderful things can happen. Smokes towards B. Looks like a fast play from FaZe. Nico with a pop flash. Snappy repositioning. Molotov's on default. All the carnage. Wow, this is quite the execute, but will it yield in good results? No transfer for Nico, just the 1 kill from him. 4 versus 3 retake. 1 weapon to be collected by these Ts. There is support in the market position. Snappy holding an angle. Now, Snappy knows that no one's crossed the bench, which is important for the retake from the remainder of the squad. Well, 2 players with grenades out on shot, but they both get away with it, and that's going to be the round match point for Optic.
Bomb planted, but no kills really found. 9 runs in a row now from FaZe to get us to overtime. Danny K, do you feel like they can pull this one back? Do FaZe have it in them?
No.
Or is the ramen yours?
No, I think the ramen's mine.
I'm so hungry.
Sorry, mate. Until you get a prediction right, you're not eating. So, those are the rules, you know it. That's how it works.
I feel like FaZe have just sort of given up the ghost at this point, in this matchup at least, in this match. And I don't know, it seems like there's some uninspired rounds, some frustration, trying to get it done just with the individuals. Optic are proving to be a much better team right now.
Right now, sure. I always love her in this particular phase. There's a bit special about it, but this game, once again, we've got some great matches on paper, but none of them really delivering so far. As here it comes, it's going to be Rain with the Deagle trying to keep the dream alive here, but frag after frag, it's going in favor of Optic. So now a 3 versus 2. FaZe do edge a lead somewhat, but can they hold on to it? That's the question. Snappy towards short. Has got vision with the bomb side, trying to deny the bomb here. Flashbang in, and a missed shot from Yugi. Don't say that every day. Will still be struggling somewhat, but Snappy anything but. Great shot to take down the bomber as well.
Surely now I know he's so far away. He needs to get his rotate game on. Yugi will be doing the same. New positions, falling back to relative safety. That's a massive frag from Karrigan. And it was much needed. Snappy still in the same position. Surely he goes for this, picking up a rifle.
Yeah, they don't have to challenge him, they know exactly where he is.
Nico trying to get into safer territories. Was in the open. Hasn't made a sound, however. Looking above him. Now, he might go for a fast peek here with this smoke grenade. Surely Snappy doesn't get away with this. He's messed up his flashbang as well. And that will be a kill for Nico as FaZe move to the halfway line. Half the score of Optic, more or less. Still money for Optic to buy, however.
Of course. One more round will do it. It's our third map of the day. We have one more between these two lovely darlings on the server. Will be the AWP for Guardian. The AKs are out. Stronger by this time. But still a lot of pressure. A lot of work to do to even consider overtime at this point. Yugi with a gap in the smoke, looking for players crossing over. No one going to be doing that just yet. It's Karrigan towards that area. Asian B has been very successful in his antics towards the A ramp.
Did he see a player? Maybe. The smoke, which is common in Europe, from the short B position. Standing in the corner of short, you bounce it off the corner of the door frame, going into ladder room, and you get a smoke like that. You'll see Mihu looking behind it sometimes. Virtus Pro gives you cover to look into the underpass. You can jump up behind it as well, unless you've got somebody in Rain's position. Config, oh, he peeks immediately, but Rain doesn't see him. That's a nasty surprise for Rain.
It is not one you want to be greeted with. Less than a minute now. And the 5-on-4 could be the final round of the game. Nico, good position to shut this one down. So the big old barrel of the orb. And now drops the incendiary as well. That forced the position of Karrigan. He'll get the frag though. Still, Snappy waiting the B side. He gets one kill. That could be it. Not happening for him. He's struggling somewhat. I feel like he's going to go down any second. Needs to buy time for his teammates.
Still on the side. Still causing problems. Oh, we can't get the kill though, but has he got enough time? Yugi's in position with the orb. And now it comes down to Yugi. I think Yugi just missed a shot, judging by how he was sort of shaking his mouse around. And that's going to be that. FaZe somehow managed to make it work with a desperate play into the B bomb site, desperate splits. And, you know, I think had there been a kill, you know, had Snappy gotten that first frag towards the apartments, you start to doubt the ability for FaZe, because then Yugi will be able to support him with the orb. But FaZe, they make it work. They will have 8 rounds, but the money is finally broken for Optic as well, so maybe, just maybe, there's a chance.
There's always a chance of FaZe. Always.
Yugi, AWP, that's confirmed. 2 rounds in a row now for FaZe. 7 required. And a Nico for Optic. They might force this though, knowing what they're like. I doubt it. We'll see. Round 24. Going a little bit further than I thought. Ramen falling out of view for Dan. Could be an overtime affair. Who knows?
Can't see the wood from the trees. Can't see the steam from the ramen. Can't see the kettle from the bleach.
We used to get ramen a lot back in the day, James. In London.
Yeah, we were big on ramen.
Show you ramen.
Apparently, there's a nice ramen place down the street.
On Main Street, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been. Have I been? I think I was there.
Main Street. No, like near here. Main Street. Near here.
Yeah, there's always like a block down the road.
A new one that just opened.
Oh.
Oh.
Round number 9 for FaZe. All the pistols eliminatorized. And Optic are back in buy territory. AWP will... Ooh, Yugi, what does he choose to do? Surely he goes for it. No!
No.
That's such a big output, although 9 kills this game. You can see he's not really... I mean, in fairness, it was dominant first half, and if you don't see people, you don't see people. But here we are. Optic, their turn to go very aggressive. Yugi will run distraction, and that will cover the running of the teammates as well. Convict moving back, and can he trade for his teammate? No, Nico with 2, 4 versus 3, as they head towards B.
Snappy didn't deliver in the previous round where the attack came from apartments, and maybe this round he can change that. Faze, there was so much time on the clock. They are second guessing that B attack. They've left Olofmeister forward on the lurk into B, and that's very scary. But at the same time, this is a great counterplay. KGB playing deep in the palace is one way to be safe against any A shenanigans. So this is going to be this could be a very tight one.
Going towards the A site now. Less than a minute remaining. FaZe will have the AWP, but Cajun B could shut this all down, waiting at the entrance of the palace. But he isn't no prince, James.
No. Well, that's cleaner.
Oh, it's done.
The cleaner.
4 FaZe players moving into the A-bomb site now. Yugi wishes he had the AWP. That Guardian hold, maybe. FaZe are moving to double figures.
They are. Mental breaking point for them. Maybe they can realize this is now possible. Snappy will just have to try and save the M4, get anything done but that. 4 in a row now for FaZe. Maximum loss bonus looms. So presumably a partial buy here for Optic. Going to close things out quickly, but looks like we're delaying the potential inevitable. They can definitely still take it to overtime, considering what we've seen. We'll just take 5 rounds in a row. But it all starts here with another partial buy for Optic.
Not expecting such a charge, but maybe Karrigan can clean up. Cajun B is still there. And Karrigan needs to protect this weapon, but not overexpose himself. He's got teammates in tow, but what can they do really to pull that weapon away? There it is on the floor. Now they'll see that no one is close. There's a wall to the right-hand side of our view. Maybe it can be thrown up there. Let's see how they choose to dispose of this. Weapon disposal service. Nico and Karrigan top mids. In comes a third player. Somebody throw away the AK. There we go. Guardian has done the job.
Job well done. Well then. 45 seconds and it's all very quiet right now. CT's prepared with their deadly Desert Eagles. 30 seconds incoming. Final commitment towards B. Nico, he's got smoke to his advantage. Snappy looking for any one taps he can get. Now it's just down to the Danish Nico. Gonna nail that one, no problem at all. Can you get anything more out of this? They start to spam. He repositions, but there it is. That should confirm everything. 3 versus 1. Make it 3 versus 0. 15-11. Money available once again for Optic.
Get your apron on, Dan. This is going to overtime.
Oh, that'd be so good. That'd be quite delicious, actually. In more ways than one if you had to make one.
It'll be delicious for
Kitchen gloves.
could it all be over now?
An apron and nothing else. That's the
Maybe
rule.
in your kitchen, Henry. Certainly not in mine.
I just think that he doesn't want to get anything ramen on the clothes, is what I'm thinking of, so...
Let's
protecting the
not.
broadcast.
Let's just not do that.
Okay, well, maybe next time.
I reckon you could start a few aprons with just your face on it, James.
I wanted beach balls with my face on at the major, but
That would have been amazing. Your two heads
That's what I think
bouncing
smacked
around
around.
in the crowd.
maybe ECS next time we're in London. Might be fun.
That would be pretty amazing.
Take home souvenir.
Bardolph beach ball.
Yeah, man.
BBB.
Matching with the in-game Bardolph.
See, now you've accepted
The
it.
Bardolph
The
Rama.
in-game Bardolph.
It's like an alter ego.
No,
Yeah.
no, not on Nuke, you racist. I mean the Bardolph Rama panorama.
Oh.
Oh.
You idiots.
You said in-game Bardolph. You've been talking about an in-game character that looks like you. So I just put two and two together. Beach Ball Bardolph. Coming to ECS this season.
Yugi, does he peek again?
Release the Bardolphs. Molotov deployed. Yugi has no choice but to smoke himself out, but he's got a little gap here.
Oh my days.
Can't capitalize upon it though.
So tentative towards middle, but finally the action will commence. And the trades will be out. A minute left. Flash over the top. This is good. And FaZe, what is the plan now? They've got the 3v3, which has these situations have proven to be, you know, amazing for them. Obviously on the T side, this is ideal. You got well, they had a minute to play with. You cut the noise. CTs have to start taking risks, or they start stacking towards the side, making big guesses. And FaZe going towards that B-bomb site once again. Snappy is the weakest of the remaining players on Optic as well, so surely this should bode well, or be the best chance that FaZe have in this round.
You would think so. Snappy's got a decent position though. Can't connect the dots. Nico will take him down. And that was the last time to defense and B. That's going to be the round, boys. It's happening.
Yes.
Dan's getting very sweaty now.
Just more hungry.
You thought your dinner was locked in.
Thought it would be now.
Might have to wait. Well then.
Now then.
Now then. Here we go.
Now then. Now then.
FaZe
So then,
with 6 in a row now. 15 to 12. The execution towards B works out. Snappy in prime position to shut them down. Couldn't find the aim. The spray was wild. It was out of control. And the bullets didn't land. I'll save the orb. The M4. And there's an AWP for Carrigan, who will give that to Guardian in the next round. Rain with double digits now, as he gets 1 kill in that round. Now need 3. I remember we said they needed 9 rounds in a row. They now need 3.
It's a long road to the kettle. The FaZe clan. 3 rounds. 3 from 3. You can never count out FaZe.
Never.
Never. They are the one team, or the team, the first team where you can just never count them out. But Yugi on the AWP is quite something. I think he was unlucky in the previous round with his brazen plays. Never shy to go for another peek, and spoke about that smoke already, but Rain's got a good angle for it. And Nico forces Zoom! Very close angle there for Carrigan. Can't quite hit the mark though. The MP5 will prove victorious.
Certainly will. And for now, 4 versus 3. Optic have the lead. Nico pushing off short on the CT side. Really didn't work out for him at all. But still, Optic maintain the man advantage. Coming out to the 1 minute mark. They still have flashbangs but no smokes. They do have 3 Molotovs. Boosting a player up. Config ready for it, but not for that. All of a sudden, got an equal kill once again.
It's good timing. Will they expect a player in the window, considering Guardian got the pick from the short area? Well, that's one of the 3 players, rather. Cajun B on fire. A little near default. That would have been a huge second frag. He rings the bell, however. They know Snappy's in CT. Rain's got to be careful. It's Rain alone, and that's going to be that. Optic finally take it over the line. 16 to 12 over FaZe.
Right then. That's the first map out the way. It will be Optic to find it 16 to 12. A little bit closer than the scoreline suggests, I guess. It was one of those things where they needed 9 rounds in a row. And if anything, they kind of built their confidence and they should be ready for the next map now. They didn't look like the Faze we know and love in the first half especially, but they got there towards the end. Their T-side was pretty decent, and I think it's just building themselves up and getting ready for that second map. But it looks like we have a winner. It will be James going to make the ramen. So do you want to go do that now before the next map begins? Or?
Yeah, I guess I will do that.
Cool. Well, you can go now if you like. We'll just play down the game without you. It'll be fine.
Marvellous. Thanks, Henry. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
So Daniel, let's talk shop. Let's talk about Optic. Let's talk about Faze.
Yeah,
Optic,
I think.
who was a standout player for you there? Was it Config? It must have been on Mirage, right?
Yeah, Config was definitely up there. I think on that T side as well, Snappy did have some great moments. I think pretty much everybody from Optic on the T side was impressive. Yugi didn't need to come into play. He only had 6 deaths at the end of the first half, and 7 frags, which wasn't needed very much. And that was the tough act to follow. Optic's T side. Obviously, that's what happened when things swapped over. You know, as you said, FACEIT had a pretty good one, but again, like the level of team play and drills and routines from Optic, they're a very, very tactical team, as we know the Danish teams to be on their T sides, on Mirage specifically, and it's great to see them be able to run through the motions and make good calls. We had some good reads from Snappy, understanding when to run the faster plays, the slower plays, you know, which types of set pieces, and how to also deal with Guardian and try to neutralize him, because he's a big problem usually. But they managed, as we can see on the scoreboard, to make it so that Guardian couldn't have an amazing game.
Yugi, only 1,000 damage there, but Guardian not much more. And it's 25 kills for Config, 25 for Snappy. James has gone to make the ramen. You must be happy with that. Were you worried at any moment?
I'm worried right now. Don't know what flavors he's going to choose.
Yeah, the thing is,
what if he mixes and matches? It's just not designed for that.
We will see, Dan. Well, that was a lot of fun. We do have one more map to go between these two particular teams. It's Faze versus Optic. You're going to want to check this one out. Trust me, it's only just warming up. Faze looks like they're ready to challenge Optic now. We'll take a break and be back with some ramen and the second map.